Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I've been wanting to create this for like a really long time and I finally decided to do it. So hi, if you're new here, if you are from my TikTok or my Instagram, thank you so much for joining me today. So I thought today we could just do a little introduction to who I am, what I'm gonna do, and what's gonna be on my channel, all that sort of stuff. I'm so excited about this chapter of my life, so let's get into it. I really need to come up with like some sort of catchphrase because like every booktuber I know has some sort of catchphrase, so if you think of any, let me know. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Hope and I do anything book related. So I mainly am on TikTok, but I also have Bookstagram as well. Been on TikTok for about 2 years now doing book reviews and bookish related videos. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about myself. I am 20 and I'm from the UK, from England. I've been reading my entire life. There has not been one point in my life where I have not read books. It's always been a part of who I am. So a couple of years ago I decided to start a Booktok and that just kind of flourished over the past 2 years. Like I have a really good community over there. I decided to do Instagram as well. I'm not as present on Instagram, but TikTok I post every single day. So on here I'm mainly going to be doing review videos or recommendation videos. It's kind of my niche on TikTok is to do recommendation videos. So that is definitely something that I'm going to be doing on here as well. I am known for reading a hell of a lot of books in a year, so you will definitely see me recommend a lot of books. There may be some vlogs and some like cozy little reading vlogs here and there when I have time to do that. I mainly read romance and fantasy, although sometimes I do dabble in a little bit of thriller, but romance and fantasy is like where I am comfortable at. As you can see, I have a lot of romance books. I absolutely love romance. That's probably my favorite genre of books, especially if you add a cowboy or a single dad. That's like my ultimate favorite. And fantasy is anything with dragons. Just put a dragon in there and I will love that book immediately. I asked you guys over my Instagram to ask me some questions for this, so I'll just go through a couple of them just so that you can get to know me a little bit better. We have, how do I manage to read so many books in a year? So I tend to read between 20 to 30 books a month, which I know is a lot, but that's just personally how much I read in a month. I'm just spending every minute I can reading, whether it's in the car, whether it's while I'm doing chores or between breaks from work. When I get home, I usually spend the evening reading. Me and my husband have very different movie tastes and TV show tastes, so he's usually watching something in the evening while I'm reading. So I get about 5 to 6 hours of reading in the evening that I can read a 350-page book. I read about 50 pages per hour, I think it is, which isn't like that many. But to some people it might be that many, but I've seen people read that in like 3 minutes. I don't know how they do that. So yeah, I read a lot. But it's just my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite hobby and it's my escape from the world, and you know, it helps with my mental health. I am definitely someone who advocates for mental health, so I will probably be talking about that a lot on my channel as well, about anxiety and depression and therapy and things to help you out. Another question was, what is my favorite book? Now, if you are new here, it is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. And if you're from my TikTok or my Instagram, you will know this already. So I have an insanely large Hannah Grace collection, which I will probably do a video on here some point in the future. But I do have a collection video on my Instagram and on my TikTok. This is my favorite book of all time. I currently own about 33 copies of the Maple Hills series. I will be having more coming this year at some point, but it is my favorite book of all time. I rave about this book all the time. I love Hannah Grace. I love Nate and Stacy because they remind me so much of me and my husband, and I love them. Like, I love them so much. I love the entire series, but these two are my Roman empire of romance books and I love them. Is Booktok my future job? So in a perfect world, yes. I would love to one day be able to do social media full time. I know that is not something that's going to be available for me to do at this point in time, but maybe in a couple of years I'll be able to do it full time. I would love to be able to do it full time because I absolutely love creating content for you guys and talking to you guys and sharing my love for books. It's so much fun, and I love seeing other booktokers, booktubers, bookstagrammers do it, and they have so much fun with it as well. So yes, in a perfect world, it would be my future job, but we'll see. Right now it's just a hobby and I love it. I love doing it so much. I'm always thinking about what kind of content I can create for you guys and what things you will love and what you want to see and the kind of books that I get excited about, that I want to talk about. That's definitely something I want to do in the future. Are there any upcoming releases that I'm excited about? Yes, I did do a video on TikTok and I have a little like slideshow on Instagram for you guys to see where I have talked about this, but they have some amazing books that are coming out this year that I cannot wait for. This will really tell you about my tastes in books from these new releases as well. The one that I was most excited about was Onyx Storm, and that's obviously already come out. Fourth Wing is my favorite fantasy book of all time, and I love that series. I love Xaden, I love Violet, I love the dragons. So Onyx Storm, I was super excited about. I have a reaction video up on TikTok as well to the ending of the series because it was just, like, I can't even talk about it. You don't understand. The ending of Onyx Storm was so difficult to read, and I need book 4, but I don't think we're gonna get book 4 until about 2027, and that just breaks my heart, so I can't even talk about it. Other than that, we have Riding the High by Paisley Hope. I do have a Paisley Hope collection as well. Something you will learn about me is if I love a book so much, I start collecting editions, every edition that I can get of those books. Riding the High I'm super excited about because it's Colin Ginger's book, and I love this series so much. Each book has been a 5-star read for me so far, and it's a cowboy romance, and I love cowboy romances so much, so that one is like, I need it right now and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. There's also Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I love Abby Jimenez. She writes like such sad books, but they are so good. And I've heard from some of my friends that have had arcs of it already how amazing it is, and that it's their favorite Abby Jimenez book, so I just can't wait for that one. I think the last one that I'm like the most excited about is The Dark That Hides Us by Andy Darcy Theo. So I talk a lot on TikTok about how The Light That Blinds Us is my favorite YA fantasy of all time, and I genuinely love that book much more than like really popular books on Booktok. I know that book 2 is going to be really good. I can't wait to reread the first book. That is something about me as well, like as soon as a fantasy book comes out, I've probably forgotten what happened in the first one, so I have to reread the first one when the second comes out, and then it's like 2 years when the next one comes out and I've got to reread them again, which is really annoying, but it lets me remember what happened. So I'm definitely rereading that when it comes out in April. I think that's it. There aren't like that many new releases this month that I am like die hard excited about. There's a lot that I'm like, oh cool, I'm excited it's coming out, but like I could live without it. Wildside by Elsie Silver I'm excited about, but it's not one that I am head over heels need right now. That comes out next month as well. It's just not one that's like a priority for me, but I still know I'm gonna love it and I'm still gonna read it when it comes out on release day. I also don't know how often I will be posting. I think it's just gonna be when I can film. I'm already filmed like a lot for TikTok and Instagram, so I think when I have time to film for TikTok I will try and film a YouTube video. I think for now it's probably just going to be one a week maybe. If I have time to do more I will upload them. I'll also be uploading shorts, which will probably just be videos from TikTok that I will upload here for you guys to see. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. And again, if you're from my TikTok or my Instagram, I really appreciate you coming over here. It's really exciting starting this. I will link my TikTok and Instagram down below if you guys want to give me a follow over there. I would really appreciate it. I love having my little book community, so I'm really excited to have it over on YouTube as well. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!